Nike, bro. Yeah, bro. You wear 48, bro.
All right, should we do this? All right, let's do this. Ready, Matt?
All right.
All right. All right. We're here at New Balance Nationals. I'm joined by 2 Olympic gold medalists. How many New Balance Nationals titles do you got, Vernon?
0.
Now we got 3 indoors here, Quincy. You got to do the sweep. Big pressure's on for next year now.
I know, right? Can't come back as a senior and lose.
All right, so honestly, I feel like anytime you've hit the track this whole entire weekend, this place is lit up. What's that feel like, I guess, for you to come to this meet? And, like, why is it still so important? Because you light up anytime, like, I bring up, New Balance Nationals.
It's just a great atmosphere. When I came in here, ran New Balance Grand Prix, it was a great atmosphere. I just feel like everybody, like the stadium and everything, it gets everybody hyped up and just, I couldn't have done it without the supporters, though, because they were really hyped. They were getting me hyped up. I heard all different types of things. People were saying different things. I was getting hyped up. So it was nice atmosphere. It's a great atmosphere. And just New Balance Nationals, something I always look forward to.
So, Vernon, wait, you were at NCAAs yesterday and you came up here just for this race?
Basically, yes. I mean, I was up because I know I volunteer assistant coach at LSU, so I was there helping out with the team there. And then I told Quincy, probably I think at New Balance Grand Prix that I was going to come to New Balance National this year to support them, especially after the race that he had with the showdown at Virginia. I said I definitely got to show up for this race because I definitely want to be there to support them. And also just to silence a lot of doubters who coming into this competition. So I'm pleased the way he came out and got the job done because he definitely silenced a lot of doubters who thought he wasn't going to be able to get the win today.
Yeah, so I guess to set up this race, all the high school kids online, they're ruthless.
Yeah,
the comment section's nonstop. And it feels like there was there's Quincy fans, there's Andrew Salvodon fans, and for you to handle just sort of that noise, you've done such a great job all throughout your career so far. How do you tune it out?
I mean, I seen last night, I was looking at one comment. I don't even really like looking at comments, but I look at these one comments. Man, I had no supporters, man. I was looking at that thing, I'm like, dang. But it's all crazy because it's great. This is how the world works. When you're up, when you win one, the supporters love you. When you lose, they don't love you. And I shouldn't even say supporters, fans. That's how fans are. So that's just how it is. And like I said, like you say, they talk about Lamar Jackson, and I still think he's the best quarterback in the nation. So they talk about him. He can't do things when it's time. But I mean, I think he's the best quarterback in the nation.
Yeah. So when you hear him talk like that, I guess that's kind of come from just sort of the mentorship and being around a lot of the pros and just handling that pressure. I guess what's some of the advice that you've passed along to him, especially at the big stages?
Just always be yourself. I mean, even yesterday I texted him after his first round. I just say, just stay in control. I think once he's, he got the right mindset. He's very mature for his age, which I'm really impressed with. But he understands it. I mean, he's like a little brother. I mean, we joke, we talk all the time, and he know what it takes to be able to compete. And I think today he showed a lot of heart, and he always show heart throughout all his competitions. And I know coming out today, this energy, this crowd was insane. Being here, I'm seeing all these people, all these fans. So I knew he was going to come out and show out, especially with his coach. Coach Joe was all hyped up. And then when I walked in, he see me. So the energy was good. So everything played in his favor today.
What are the moments where it's all right, you see Quincy, the elite athlete, but then you also see Quincy the kid? It's when he brings up the Starbucks order. What are those moments?
Hey, it was funny because I still can't wrap my head around that order. You know what's crazy? I got tagged in one of the comments. Somebody said he definitely had that Starbucks order before he ran today. So I was like, yo, I just couldn't do nothing but laugh. But it's moments like that I enjoy the most, is having that brotherhoodship and the understanding, man, it's go beyond track. And I'm happy to develop a relationship with him, too, as well, and see him develop, too, in the sport. I acknowledge and I always welcome all the younger athletes to develop. Even when Andrew ran, I congratulate him. You ran a great race. Continue working hard. Continue pushing yourself because, at some point, you're going to have your moment. And today was Quincy moments, and hopefully there's going to be a great battle for those two guys to come outdoors.
All right, Quincy, remind the people, what's the Starbucks order? Break it down for me.
Venti iced chai tea latte with 5 pumps of vanilla sweet cream, cold foam, and and you gotta add caramel drizzle on top.
Hey, sugar.
That's diabetes in a cup.
Sugar. Hey, that's a kid drink. I just said that before. You
I want crumble cookie though.
Really?
Yeah,
he basically said if you had that drink, you'd have been broke 5. He's a big bro popping
true.
mouth.
Hey, yo, you see? He tagged me saying he had arms like me when he ran
It's true. Honestly, I think your arms look better than mine.
Hey, that was crazy though.
All right, so Quincy, take us through coming into today. Like, I think a couple of weeks back when we did like an interview together, I said like, do you still get nervous? So today, walking up to the starting line, getting in the blocks, nervous?
I wasn't nervous about the fact of my competition or anything because I know what I can do. I know what my talents can do, and I wasn't really nervous. I honestly was sick with the flu last week, so I came out here with no training. I didn't practice before coming out here. I think I touched the track once, and coach was just like, he wasn't trying to let me run. He was just like, nah. But I was like, coach, please. And he was just like, he let me run today. And yesterday I shook off my rust, first time running a 400 since USA's. Then you're just like, it's good training purposes. Like I'm still training for outdoors. This is all just a training purpose for outdoors. Even though it's a great showdown, it's all getting ready for outdoors.
Yeah, so what did you learn from, USA's, from New Balance Indoor Grand Prix, Millrose, like those races against the pros?
They just pushed me to next limits that I've never touched. I feel like when I get into races like this, when the crowd gets hyped, I feel like I just know what to do. Like I just know what to do when everybody's starting to feel the pressure. Everybody's saying woo when they saying all different type of stuff. I feel like I felt everything. I felt all the pressure. I've been at the highest stage, compared at the highest stage. I know what it feels like. So it just now I'm a young guy, but I've been in a lot of veteran moments, and I think I tend to show up when it's time to show up.
Young OG.
Yeah.
Mac, I want you to cue up the race, and we'll have Quincy break it down for us, and Vernon could unpack some of the things that stood out to him in this one. All right, we'll pause it, Mac, for a second, because one thing that someone said on an Instagram comment that I picked up on is do you change legs in the blocks?
Nah, it's just I can start with either one. It's just low key feels which one I feel better with, and I got power on both legs. I'm a very powerful person. When I run, I'm powerful. Each step is powerful. So I've learned that in the blocks, it's not a difference for me. I've measured it. I've done everything. So it's just I can get in the blocks and run with either leg.
Explain that for the non-sprint specialist, Vernon. Is that common? You're able to switch up that much, or do you have this is my go-to?
I think that's very uncommon for most athletes. For myself, I'm left leg in front, right foot back. I think the only person I think that ever switched leg was Fred Curley. And obviously, we all know how special talent he is. So that's kind of uncommon to have that type of, power in both legs, able to do that. But it's also a 400 meters too. So it's only so much power you need out of both of those legs. But because we can make up so much in our race when coming out of the blocks. But I mean, if he could do that in the 60 meters or the 100 meters, that's different.
Yeah. All right, it was one thing that stood out to me in one of the Instagram comments. But all right, let's get into the race. Quincy, you take us through it. Mac, you can hit play. All right, what are you thinking in the blocks?
I gotta go get six. When I came out the blocks, I felt smooth. I felt real smooth. Everything was smooth. I was trying to stay low with my arms, so it's not trying to use them as much just as yet. But then I felt the inside, didn't panic, been in this situation before. I wanted to get the break because I haven't got the break all year. I kind of got the break. I had to run the outside, but I was just I'm not running lane 2 this year. I'm cutting him. I cut him. This is where I start hearing people. I'm starting to feel all my lungs feel terrible. Because of flu, it really plays a big impact. But I'm just I gotta be a dog. I seen him coming up on me. I just I gotta go to my arms. I gotta run. But I didn't even know he was that close to come past me on the inside. But honestly, I just think it was a great race. All in all, 45.7, 45.8. Either one that would have broke last year's 40-year-old record, regardless if we ran. So. I just think it was a great atmosphere. I was hyped up because I put a lot of work into this, beyond just the win. Because
is that you saying I'm back?
Yeah, because I honestly haven't ran since USA's. I haven't ran since USA's. I've been in the bed. I was real sick. Because I had bad asthma, so it was it took me a long time to just get back. So I've been using my inhaler. I've been trying to get everything to make sure that I was ready for today.
All right, Vernon, here's the replay. What stood out to you in this one?
I like the way he attacked the first 100 meters of the race. He set himself up in a really good position to dominate the race. I think I like how he showed his mature side coming to the break whereas the guy in the inside challenged him very well to get to the break. And like he said, he hadn't got the break all year. And most guys tend to stay in lane 2, but he obviously made a wonderful move coming by the break and getting to it, and also passing him by I guess 220, 230-ish, and he able to continue moving forward. So I actually like how dominant he was, and I knew once he able to get around and get into lane 1, it was going to be they had to catch him. And at that point, I think his biggest attribute about his race is his finish. So those guys will have to be swimming for everything to try to catch him. So Andrew did a good job trying to stay close, but like you said, the better man won. But I like the way he dominated this race from start to finish.
The other kid in white paid the price big time.
Yeah, I mean, I think he ran the 200. I think he ran the 200 right after, so I don't blame him. I congratulate him for even coming out there, because if he ran I wouldn't have ran the 4 and then been able to run the 2 and make the final. So I just think that's great. Look at the atmosphere is crazy in there. Everybody, like, it's really good.
I'm back. Where you went?
Nowhere. In the bed.
But yeah, but even then, like I told you, I said, it looked like you lost a little weight, so I could tell you probably been in the bed, you was a little sick. I was like, because I know I saw you at USA, I was like, you got a little muscle on you.
Yeah.
I was like, hold on, where your little muscle go? So,
Year over year, you keep growing, right? Like,
I mean, nah, I ain't growing. I don't think I'm growing. You think I'm growing?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't think I'm growing. I don't think I'm growing. Right now, I don't think I'm growing.
All right, Bernie, I'm going to sub you out here in a sec
Okay.
because we got another sort of special guest from Bullis. And Quincy, kind of explain to us just sort of like, you shared your victory lap with one of your teammates, Cam, one of the best sophomores in the country, and you're hyping him up. Tell us a little bit about Cam. Cam, come join us. Bernie, we'll swap you out.
it's a great seat. There you go.
What did it mean to you to share that victory lap with your teammate?
Well, I've been saying, Cam's been coming in. He ran 48 as an 8th grader. I knew he was a special talent. And we just basically, that's like my brother, been my roommate since he's been on the team. We joke, we laugh, we had times together. We've been seeing each other on our ups and downs, and we work together. And he's a good training partner to like train with. And I know that he's a special talent coming up. And I don't think he is one of the best. I think he is the best sophomore in the nation. He ran 21-2?
21-3.
21-3, 46-6, split 47-3 in the beginning of the season. Like, I just think he's a great athlete. And he had a story on last year, but that's his story to tell.
Yeah, so Cam, I guess like this weekend, pretty big for you to kind of like announce yourself to the track world. I guess how long has this been coming?
I've been thinking about this since last year. Like you said, I had a story to tell. Indoor nationals, I came up short in the freshman category because I was hurt that year. So I've just marked this day on the calendar. I've been working hard ever since. Coach Lee, great coach, he's been pushing me, and like Quincy said, he's been my training partner for the whole year. So I've been having pushing practice. So I'm just proud of myself.
When we've seen just sort of like the success that Quincy's had, like how does that trickle down to the rest of the members of the team and serve as like inspiration day to day? Because you're right next to him in practice.
Yes, sir. I would say Quincy he's a great mentor. He's obviously a hard worker. 45 just doesn't come to you easy. So he pushes everybody else in practice to work hard as him. And if he sees somebody slacking off, like somebody could be skipping out on a rep or something, he'll check them or get them on that. And everybody be working hard at practice. So.
Quincy, what's the biggest thing you learned from him?
The biggest thing I learned from him, like, he never stopped. Even though last year he wasn't gonna say he was injured, but he had a broke back last year. He ran on a broke back all season. Didn't say anything. He didn't say anything all season. He was just like, I'm hurt. He would tell coach, and he was just like, "Bow, suck it up." He would go out there and run his heart out. He ran a pin relays when he fell. He ran. He didn't put his head down. He came to practice the next day and was just like, I'm gonna work for it. Even with the back still, he still kept on working. He's a dog in practice. I'm gonna be honest with you. We have our days in practice where I'm just like, yo, I gotta step my game up because this dude. It was the last practice before we came out here. It was the only practice I was like, dang, I don't know if I'm gonna be ready. Cam just running 33 just in practice. I'm like, he's been looking really good. So he's a really great athlete. He's a great person, and like I said, he's like my brother, and we train together. And we play the game together. We do everything together, so that's really good.
Cam, like when Quincy's kind of done so many of these interviews, like he's not shy to kind of like vocalize a lot of like his big track dreams. What are some of like the aspirations that you have, like even if it's short term, like goals for yourself?
I would say, I mean, my main goal is outdoor. I want to break the 46 barrier. I want to run 45 as a sophomore. I feel like it hasn't been done recently. Well, it's been done recently, but I haven't been done by so many sophomores in the history of the track. So if I'm able to join that category, I feel like I'd submit my name in the history books. So I'm looking forward to that.
Awesome. Well, we've got so much to look forward to. I guess what was that victory lap like for you?
Oh man, that was my first time actually winning something big in my high school career. So it was amazing to get the feeling of the crowd, the atmosphere. It was going crazy. Yeah, I felt good. My adrenaline was rushing. So yeah.
Quincy, I think you've done your part to rewrite the record books, but you're leaving a trail behind for him to follow that path.
And that's the goal. That's the one thing I want to leave with this legacy of Bullis. I want to make sure that he passes on to me. You see, I want to pass him on as much as I can, and I want him to lead the team when I'm able. When I graduate, I want him to lead the team because I know he has it in him. Ran 46.6. I'm still looking at it. It's crazy. It's really crazy. Yeah, I remember my freshman year. I think I ran around the same time as that. It's just like this basically is his freshman year, if we're being honest. So I'm just super proud of him, and I just know the way we practice. I know that we're going to have something special. And even tomorrow, I think we're going to be something special.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll encourage everyone to stay tuned. Watch all of it unfold on the New Balance YouTube channel. Quincy, Cam, appreciate you guys. Best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.